What's up, everybody? It's me, Greg, and this is Burnie Burns.
What's up, everybody?
What's up, everybody? Burnie, you work for a site called RoosterTeeth.
I work for a site called RoosterTeeth.
I hear you're an up-and-comer on it, an associate editor.
We got the .com.
Yeah.
We're starting a YouTube channel.
No, RoosterTeeth's a big deal if you don't know, which I'm sure if you're watching this video, you can totally know about RoosterTeeth. Good job.
When did IGN start?
Oh, Jesus Louise.
When you started IGN, did they like steep you in history? Did you have to go sit through a class?
Well, I was lucky enough to start right as we got to that anniversary point of 10 years, right? So like, we're coming up on 20-ish.
So you're coming up, so like mid-90s, right?
Yeah.
I can't remember being on the internet and IGN not being part of it.
Right, yeah. I mean, some people remember, when it was IGN 64, and N64.com is how it started, and they got other sites.
No, I never knew that.
Yeah, N64.com they had, and then people were like, no, you can't. You can't have that. We need to change that. And then they integrated with other networks.
You're biased. You love Nintendo.
Yeah, IGN, I know you love. That's what we're here to talk about is bias, actually. Because now, 2013.
Bias on the internet, bias from people on the internet.
For 6.5 years for IGN, I covered PlayStation.
Yeah?
Solely. That was my job. And so I've been labeled a PlayStation fanboy because I talk about PlayStation stuff a lot.
Yep.
On your side,
I started a company that we did a narrative show cartoon based on Halo.
Red versus Blue.
Yeah, and so ever since then, I'm clearly halfway up Microsoft's butt.
Clearly.
And love Xbox.
Everyone knows that.
I go to sleep on my Xbox pillow, pull my Xbox sheets up.
Your Xbox money hat when you leave the
my
house.
Bill Gates stuffed doll.
Yeah.
All that. So I run into it all the time. Yeah.
So how does it make you feel?
I mean, it's just one of those things. It's like, I mean, I get it, and there's certainly, everyone has preferences in their life.
Sure.
If I get a game that's on multiple platforms, let's just take a title, say Call of Duty.
Sure.
Probably not going to play it on my Nintendo Wii U, which I love very much.
Yeah.
My PlayStation 3, I might play on that. I probably won't, though, because I prefer, at the end of the day, I prefer the Xbox controller.
100%, I understand that.
Best controller ever to be ever invented was the Sega Dreamcast controller, with the VMU in the middle of it and all that stuff.
That's a bold statement.
That's probably the #1 reason why I choose what platform to play a game on.
Right.
And then I gotta admit, I got locked into the achievement thing. I'm one of those guys.
Yeah, that's what happened with me in trophies. I was already covering it. I was already playing exclusives on the PS3. And it was one of those things, for me, I started at IGN 2007 March of. So the PlayStation 3 had just come out. And everybody now overlooks the fact that for a year and a half on Podcast Beyond, I was very public in the fact of, I'm not buying this system. This system costs too much money. It doesn't have any games I want to play. The store is a joke. And then when they finally lowered the price, put out a bundle, corrected those issues, I bought it. And then, a little bit while later, they start trophies, and I was locked into it that way. Because that was the community I was not paid by Sony to talk about, but paid by IGN to know about, right? Like, I was expected to be a PlayStation expert. And I think that's how the job works in a way, right? Like if you're going to do Red versus Blue and stuff, you're going to be dialed into this Halo community, this Xbox community, you need to know what's going on with that.
And for a big time RoosterTeeth, we were very careful. We were just about culture. We weren't about reviews. We weren't about news at all. We just started getting into a little bit of news. We started a podcast that's informational podcast about video games in general. So I made sure that I, signed up for PlayStation Plus. I'd never signed up for that before, and tried to expand a little bit. And it's like, and I have come up pretty quickly against this big wall of people saying, no, you're not allowed to do this. You have to stay in your little area where you are known, like for, Xbox. You gotta be an Xbox fanboy, basically.
An Xbox.
Which I get. I mean, it's like, it's hard to get upset about it because it is part of the vernacular of the culture that we enjoy too, right? It's gaming. So somebody wins, somebody loses. So everyone's like, well, why do people get so upset about consoles and everything? But it's like, that's just the way the audience talks. It's part of the culture.
The flip of it, right, is that I remember growing up and I was a Sega kid, man. Like, and it was one of those things. My parents were going to buy me one console. That was it. You know what I mean? So when I got the Sega Master System, I was on the Sega trajectory, which meant that when my friends were like, "Whoa, this thing doesn't have Mario. This thing sucks." I'm like, "You suck. Nintendo sucks. You don't know what you're talking about." Yeah.
No, you suck. I got Joe Montana football.
Exactly. Right.
Yeah. See, and when I was growing up, it was Atari and a television, and like 1% of the kids had a Intellivision, and they would all tell you, oh, it's so much better. It's got this great controller. The thing was a floating disc. It was a nightmare. But it was like, it was different and it had good games.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, it's like, all those things make things better, And it's like, but, people just, they want to talk winning and losing.
Sure.
I mean, hell, when people have a press conference now, how do you win a press conference?
Yeah, who won E3? Who came away with the, there was no points awarded, but I guess.
Let me tell you something, if you're at a press conference, you're already losing, pretty much. Those are not fun events.
So you pre-ordered both the PS4 and Xbox One?
Yeah, in fact, I just got my notice from Amazon that my PS4, dude, Amazon's awesome. Yep. They said that they got more launch day units than they thought, so I got upgraded to a launch day unit, and they're gonna do same day or release day delivery for
Yeah,
free.
that's awesome.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
So they upgraded me.
Yeah, me too. I got them both. I did a video on IGN that got people out of mad. That I was like, I got cold feet a little bit on my Xbox One. But people pushed me over the edge in the fact that you need it for your job. Like, what are you doing?
Oh yeah,
Don't you want to be able to talk about everything day one? I'm like, I do want to be able to talk about everything day one.
Yeah, not
I
gonna sit there
really
with your
hope
arms
Dead Rising's
crossed.
good. I really hope Dead Rising.
It should be. It should be. They have, it's one of those things like Dead Rising was a great initial. It was close to launch, but it wasn't launched for 360. And then the second one was, it was the second one.
Yeah.
And then the third one I got good feelings about. Same with BioShock.
Yeah.
BioShock 2, I don't think a lot of people talk about. BioShock, BioShock Infinite.
Right,
Sometimes you can skip a generation and still have a good franchise. So I got hope for Dead Rising 3.
All right. Well, good. I got hope for this Rooster Teeth, these up-and-comers.
I'm holding out.
You should go to roosterteeth.com.
Sticking with it.
YouTube. Listen to Burnie's podcast. He's really funny.
We're going to get to our 20th anniversary like IGN, hopefully.
Yeah, well, I know you know what's going to help you do that. The Gauntlet Season 2.
The Gauntlet!
I'm on it. You should watch it. That's why we're here. But until then, keep it on IGN for everything about next generation and bickering about consoles.
Was this being recorded?
Yeah.